Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Welcome back to another What's for Dinner. We're gonna call this one Isolation Edition. There is one meal this week that we pre-recorded a couple of weeks ago, so you'll see that one. We were able to go out and get all of the ingredients. The other two meals that you're gonna see in this particular What's for Dinner is just stuff that we already have on hand. We're just kind of pulling stuff from the pantry and kind of making our own thing. So for the first meal this week, we are making burrito bowls, similar to what you would find at like Chipotle or Moe's Southwest Grill here at home. We're gonna use this to top our burrito bowls tonight. This was in our extras bin in our pantry. I don't know if you guys have like a bin where you keep just extra chicken stock, all kinds of different things. This was in there. I thought we were out of taco sauce, but this saved the day. We're gonna get started on the rice. I'm gonna heat up this pot to about medium-high heat. I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of vegetable oil. I'm just gonna add this cup of white rice. And we're gonna cook this for just about 3 or 4 minutes until it's really translucent. I've made this before on my channel. I will link the other video below as well. We really like this version of Mexican rice. Now I'm going to add in about 1.5 cups of chicken broth. I'm going to add in 8 ounces of tomato sauce and a teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of garlic salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin. I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit, and we're going to bring this to a rapid boil. Now that this has come up to a boil, I'm going to put the lid on it and drop the heat down to about medium-low, and we're gonna let this simmer for about 25 minutes. Stephen is gonna cut up this chipotle pepper and adobo sauce. Just a little tip, you can buy these obviously in a can, but we very rarely have a recipe that calls for all of the can. So a great tip would be to just get what you need out of it and then put it all in a little freezer bag and just freeze it. And then you just run hot water over that bag and grab out what you need when you need it. Now we're gonna get started on our topping, and we are using ground beef today. I'm gonna add in my onions and my garlic. Now I'm gonna add just a couple of tablespoons of taco seasoning. I made this taco seasoning and I got the recipe from Jennifer. She has a YouTube channel, and she's got a highlight on her Instagram where she showed this. She has the YouTube channel, A Country Life is the name of it. It's so cute. If you've never seen her videos, you need to go check them out, and then go check her out on Instagram too. We had some frozen corn on hand, so we thought we would add that in. We let the corn sit out for a little while, so it was already thawed out. And then I'm also gonna add in our black beans. They have been drained and rinsed. Okay, I'm gonna turn the temp down just a little bit, and we're just gonna let this sit here while our rice finishes up.
This is my kind of meal right here.
This was fun. It's
Yeah.
fun just kind of looking in the pantry and looking in the fridge and saying, I think we can make this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very delicious.
That is amazing. It's got a little bit of heat to it with that chipotle pepper and adobo sauce.
It's really good. Great flavor. It's exactly what I'm accustomed to when I get the burrito bowl at the Tex-Mex places.
Yep. I mean, ideally, it would be great with like guacamole or sour cream or jalapenos, but we didn't have any of those on hand. We've already used a good bit of our stock that we already had.
Right.
I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store again in probably another week or so. But this was nice to be able to just make a recipe up. For tonight's dinner, we're having Philly cheesesteak sloppy joes, and we're also gonna make some chipotle sweet potato fries. Let's go. To get started, I wanna make our dipping sauce for our sweet potato fries. I need about 1/3 cup of mayo, a tablespoon of lemon juice. We need about a teaspoon, maybe a little more, of sriracha sauce, a teaspoon of honey, and about 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm gonna put this in the fridge until it's time to eat. I did taste it, it's very tangy. I cannot wait to dip my sweet potato fries in there. We're gonna coat and season our sweet potato fries. I'm gonna add in some olive oil, some smoked paprika, some chipotle chili pepper, and some salt and pepper. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. We're gonna spread these on a baking sheet and they're gonna go in the oven at 450 degrees for about 13 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna add a pound of lean ground beef to our skillet. So these have been in at 450 for about 13 minutes. I'm gonna flip these over and we're gonna cook them for 10 more minutes. Now that our meat has browned up, I'm gonna reduce this to right at medium, and I'm gonna take the meat out with a slotted spoon, leaving behind the fat, and we are gonna cook our veggies or soften our veggies in this same pan. So in here I've got about 8 ounces of mushrooms that's been diced, a diced bell pepper, and a diced onion. We're just gonna soften this up for a few minutes. Now that our veggies are soft, I'm gonna add our meat back in. I'm adding a couple of tablespoons of ketchup and about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Add some salt and pepper. I've got a cup of beef broth. I'm going to add in a tablespoon of cornstarch. Stir that around. Now we're going to pour this in here and bring it up to a boil. And then we're just going to let this cook until most of the liquid evaporates. The majority of the liquid has evaporated. I'm going to turn the heat off And now I'm just going to tear up our provolone cheese and stir it through so it melts, and then it's gonna be time to eat. In my eye just now, so yeah, that was fun. Okay, we ready? Oh, so quick note, Cole is not here. That's one of the reasons why we chose this meal for today, because it has mushrooms and it has sweet potatoes, neither of which Cole likes. He is at a friend's house, so it's just us. So no thumbs up from Cole today, sorry. All right.
Let's do it.
How's that?
Well, it's like a cheesesteak, but then the Worcestershire sauce and the ketchup gives you that reminder that this is very much a sloppy Joe as well. So it's a perfect blend of cheesesteak and sloppy Joe sauce. It's really good.
Very messy for sure.
Yeah, I will. All right, let's try this dip. Oh, wow.
Those are good, aren't they?
Yes. The sweetness of the potato with the tanginess and spiciness of the sauce.
It's a good mixture. I like that we did the sweet potato, like tangy sweet potato fries along with this. Two totally different flavors, but it goes really well together.
Yep.
So Cole may not be here, but we give it 2 thumbs up. You totally should try this. I really, really love this Philly cheesesteak sloppy Joe. So good. Tonight's meal came from doing a pantry search and then going online and finding a recipe matching the ingredients that I already have. If you've never done that, I'm going to show you how to do that now. If you go to allrecipes.com, you'll find up there at the top where it says find a recipe, and then it says ingredient search. And you can just type in what ingredients you are looking for a recipe to include. So I typed in chicken breasts and cream of mushroom soup. It also has this section where you can exclude certain ingredients. So if there's ingredients you don't have or you don't like, you could always add something there. And then it comes up with your search results. And I found the recipe that we're gonna give a try tonight. So since I put in chicken breasts and cream of mushroom soup, which we had plenty of both, this is the recipe that sounded the best to me, and we had all the ingredients on hand. It's called white coca vin. I'm probably saying that wrong. I researched it. Numerous places had different ways of saying it, so I'm just going with what I know. This meal is really simple. I just need to create my sauce. I've got 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, a half a cup of half and half, and 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese. I'm going to turn this to high simply because we want this to come up to a boil, and it says to mix it all together and come over here and stir pretty frequently. I've got 3 really thick chicken breasts here, so I'm going to cut all of these in half. Now that all of my cheese is melted, I took it off of the heat. We're gonna add in 1/3 cup of mayonnaise. And y'all know this is Duke's. And then I'm also gonna be adding in 1/3 cup of white wine. If you don't have white wine, you can sub out chicken broth or chicken stock. Just wanna make sure all of the lumps are out. And this is just gonna get poured right over our chicken. The recipe doesn't call for this, but I cannot just put chicken in there without seasoning it at all. This is our favorite, like, I don't know what you would call this. Oh, it's a seasoning blend. It's our favorite seasoning blend. So I'm just gonna sprinkle this all over our chicken. And lastly, before it goes in the oven, I've got a half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. I'm just gonna put this all over the top. And then this is going in at 350 for about 45 minutes. We're gonna get started on the rice. I've got a cup of chicken broth and a cup of water mixed together. We're gonna bring this to a boil.
Okay, first test is, can I cut into my chicken with my fork?
Yes.
Test complete and passes with an A.
You can taste just a little bit of that wine flavor.
Yep, just a little bit, just a little hint. Lots of flavor in the sauce. It coats the chicken really well. It's not too watery, you know, it's got a good consistency to it.
Yep. That cheesiness kind of comes through. That's good.
I just got a lot of that Parmesan cheese. Man, the saltiness of that with the cream, or the creaminess of the sauce, it's really good.
Yeah.
And of course the sauce on top of the rice. There is just no better way to get all of that sauce.
All right, Cole. He gives us a thumbs up. He wasn't too excited that I put rice on his plate. Even though I drowned it in the sauce, he was still like, he is not a fan of white rice.
Green beans.
What you even talking about? So good. Who knew that just going on all recipes and typing in, what did I type in? Chicken and cream of mushroom soup. And this recipe came up. And even though this was the third meal of the week, we're not done. We've got a dessert that we're including in this week's What's for Dinner, so that's coming right up. So we've got a little something extra special for y'all this week. We are gonna be making a very yummy dessert. I'm really excited to share with you another recipe out of this cookbook. If you've been with me for a while, then you've seen me talk about this. We love this cookbook. All of the recipes are super easy, and they all look like something I would love anyway. So the recipe tonight that we're making is white chocolate pecan cookie skillet. I hope you'll go check out this cookbook. I've got it linked below. And if you order between now and this Sunday, you're gonna get free shipping with code HAPPYCOOKING. This recipe is really easy, and that's one reason why I was excited to give it a try. So I've got a 12-inch cast iron skillet. I've got 2 sticks of butter, or 1 cup of butter, a cup of brown sugar, and a half a cup of white sugar. I know this kind of looks crazy, but this is gonna go into a cold oven. I'm gonna turn the oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is gonna heat up with the oven, and then we'll just pour all the other ingredients in here and bake it. I've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking soda and a half a teaspoon of salt, and about half a cup of chopped pecans. The recipe calls for 10 ounces of white chocolate. You need to chop it up. This is a 7-ounce bar. I do have another bar just in case this is not enough, but we shall see. about a cup of chopped pecans. I'm going to chop them up just a little bit more. I'm going to add our flour mixture to this, and we're only going to combine it about halfway. I'm going to add in my 2 eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla. Now I'm going to stir all of this just until the flour is completely incorporated. Now we're going to put these pecans on top. As well as our white chocolate. So this is going back in the oven at 325 for about 22 to 23 minutes. It is so incredibly good. Now I haven't had it with the ice cream yet. How is it with the ice cream?
It's amazing.
That is amazing. It's rich, but not too rich. Oh, I love that white chocolate.
You know what my favorite thing is?
What?
The pecans.
So y'all don't forget to go check out this cookbook. I'm gonna have it linked below. Don't forget to use the code HAPPYCOOKING for free shipping. And happy cooking. This is amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this What's for Dinner. I did want to let you know, if you're new here, normally I have something called Subby Supper. It's a segment here where my subscribers send in their favorite recipes and I choose one each week. Just because of what's going on in the world right now and we're a little limited as far as getting out of the house, I wasn't able to do a Subby Supper this week. Those will be back very soon, I hope. And if you are new here, I would love for you to hit that red subscribe button below, join my YouTube family, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. What are we doing? It's Chipotle. It's not Chipotle. I've heard some people say Chipotle, but the L comes after the T, right?
I call it Chipotle.
That's what I'm gonna say. For tonight's dinner, we're gonna have Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Crap! What are we having? That's Cole's job.
I was just seeing if I could see somebody on the other side.
One day I'm gonna sneak a camera, somehow, my phone, something, so y'all can see what he's doing behind the camera. It's coming. Now
I doubt it. This thing's starting. What's up, Red Mittens?
You think Cole wants some?
Don't give him none.
Cole!